Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to teamfortress.tv. I am FrickMyNick. I'm here joined by the BILLDOZER as my other caster and Looster on production. We're going to be casting Hell's Kitchen versus Ascent. So we're going to be playing on CP Propaganda tonight. We're going to do a quick rundown of the rosters. You want to run down one of the rosters for me, BILLDOZER?
Yeah, let's start with running down Ascent, who seem to be the favorites for this match. We're going to start off with our scout combo of, it looks to be Bot Mode and Slemnish, two guys that have been around for quite a while. And, you know, both of them are big fraggers, so I'm expecting to see some real big numbers coming out of these guys tonight. The soldier combo is going to be Jaehyun on, I don't actually know which soldier he plays. He's on Pocket. And then Laz on the roamer position. Again, guys that have been around for some time. This is a very aged roster, very seasoned. We have Skis on the medic class, and I believe tonight we actually have Yite on demo, as Zaylor was dropped or left. I don't know the situation. And that is Slemnish coming in to take his place, but swapping to the scout role.
Yep, so we saw Ascent was scrimming the other night with this roster. I'm not super sure what happened to Zaylor, but he has moved off the roster. Their opposition is going to be Hell's Kitchen. It's going to be Daffodil on Medic, Chunky on Demo, Tojo roaming with Trip Pocket being his soldier complement. We're going to see Sandblast, and then they have... Who is their other scout? Pete. Pete is their other scout. So we're going to see Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen looking to make a redemption arc. They are not out of the playoffs running yet. I know this team's goal is to make playoffs based on the TFTV articles. So looking to make a redemption arc here against Ascent. Going to be a tough hill to climb, seeing as Ascent's only loss this first half of the season was to Froyotech.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Hell's Kitchen has got here. Like you said, they're kind of coming down to crunch time. So if they're going to make a name for themselves, and if they're going to really, you know, put themselves out as contenders, this is their opportunity, because, you know, Ascent are riding high, and they could be upset here.
I say Ascent especially riding high after the they did lose the game, but they had a 5-3 game against Freeware, and they won the first half 3-1, which was, I think, a surprise to just about everybody. I don't think it's been a very, very long time since somebody's taken a half off Freo outside of Freo Black, so to even see them lose is kind of a spectacle. So yeah, we're gonna see them playing on CP Propaganda. It's a new map this season. I cannot remember who made it off the top of my head. I have seen it on the forums. I'm trying to think. He's made several maps.
Here, let me find it for you while you keep talking.
So yeah, so this map, from what I have seen, plays very, very similar to Process, where you see a lot of high-flying soldiers with lots of opportunities to high bomb and going behind. So we're going to see a lot of action. There's not a ton of sniper sightlines on this map, so despite the fact that you have players like Bot Mode and Sandblast, and even Slemnish in the server now, excuse me, big name. So we have a lot of potentials for off classes, but unfortunately it's not a super sniper friendly map. There's not tons of good sightlines, so
I just want to point out real quick that it was Quantum who made this map.
Let's see, it was one of the two. I know Quantum and Heist have been both making a ton of maps as of recent, so
well, I think it's a beautiful map, and I'm excited to see it in this season and possibly in the coming seasons.
For sure. I think the tank on Laz is like the coolest thing. Just like the fact that it like shoots the point when like the round ends and it just moves around a little bit.
I agree. It's a really cool aesthetic. So what are you expecting to see here, Nick?
I'm expecting to see a lot of the Ascent scouts, so I'd like to see Slemnish go huge for his return to Invite, and it looks like we're going to be going live. So we're going to see the teams ready up. We're going to see Hell's Kitchen in blue and Ascent in red. We are going to see the Slemnish scout in the Yite demo, like we alluded to in the pregame.
All right, I'm going to follow Chunky here. What's your plan?
I'm going to free cam it to this mid, but we're going to see... I'm actually really interested to see how the rollout goes on this map, because I have not watched it from a demo's perspective. We're going to see Yite is significantly faster than Campy to mid. He's a little more hurt, but we're going to see the demo kind of exchanging spam. Yite is super aggressive on the right side. Hell's Kitchen's a little bit faster than mid, it looks like. A little more aggressive. They're pushing up on their right side here. We're going to see Trip and Sandblast playing. Laz is actually super far behind in his own team's cape. We're going to see Hell's Kitchen getting a lot of the high ground. Tons of damage on the Bot Mode. He's going to get the pack, but Toto's going to be the first. Jay getting that one. And Laz is down on the medic. His 2 rockets to bring down Daffodil. Laz is actually going to escape. Oh, Laz actually gets out with 2 picks. Hell's Kitchen should be losing this bit. Ascent just going to play their heals, and we're like, Jay's going to go down, but the damage is done.
Yeah, you're kind of seeing this style that has been really becoming more pervasive in the TF2 meta lately within these last few years of just playing it very slowly and kind of waiting for the other team to make mistakes. And make mistakes Hell's Kitchen did, as their soldier bombs did not go nearly as well as they liked, while Ascent started to push around towards the blue side.
Yeah, as well as we saw the Hell's Kitchen scouts go down, and the Ascent scouts were able to play their heals, especially with the very, very early death of Daffodil. So we're going to see Ascent capping up on 2. We're going to see the Sandblast Spy coming into position. Ski's just waiting for his team to meet him on point. We're going to see Tojo peeking into 2. Hell's Kitchen's getting a little bit antsy out of last, but again, we're just waiting on Ascent to wait for their players on 2 to get ready for this last push.
Yeah, it seems we also have a heavy coming out of Pete, so we're gearing up for what's going to be a real big hole. Just taking this top of the point, Snakewater style, and trying to get them before they can get in.
Yep. Ascent's going to Uber in through main. Yite's going to get juggled, but they're just going to get scout on the point. Tons and tons of cap, and they're eventually going to stop Slemnish, but it's not enough. Pete's going to go down, Trip's going to go down, and they're just going to cap out the point. It's going to be an early 1-0 for Ascent.
And that is the risk you take. You get both of your scouts off that class. You just don't have the mobility to cover that point when you need to, especially when you're playing up top.
Yep, so we're going to see our second mid here. We're going to see... looks like Yite is faster than Chunky once again. Ooh, Chunky's going to eat an early stick, bring it, even out the health advantage. We're going to see Hell's Kitchen again, super aggressive on their right-hand side. Ascent a little bit slower. We're going to see the high bomb out of Jay, just to take positioning here. And Skis is eating a decent amount of damage here. Daft's down really, really weak. He's going to get the pack. They're just going to keep rotating. Laz is in, going to bomb into Pete, going to get shredded. Pete gets the first pick of this mid. Tons of damage on the side of Hell's Kitchen. Ascent's going to lose Jay and bot mode as well. Hell's Kitchen eating a ton of damage, but they're not finding the frags on the side of Ascent.
It didn't look as good in the beginning for Hell's Kitchen as they were playing very clumped together and they were really taking a lot of spam. However, because of how spread out Ascent was, it meant that they didn't really have the cohesion that they needed. Although we're going to see these Ubers get traded, we're going to actually see who comes out on top of this.
Skis is going to go down on the end of that. They were actually, I didn't even realize, but Ascent actually was on the wrong side of mid, so they Ubered to try and get out. And Yite and Skis are going to get caught. So it looks like going to be a 2 for Hell's Kitchen, if not a straight push into last before the spawns of Skis and Yite come up in 5 seconds. And yeah, we're going to see the top left side from their perspective is rolling into last, starting to get stickies on the... Pete instantly goes to the point and start getting the caps. Ascent's going to get their spawns in, but it's not enough. Not able to get on the point. It's going to be a 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, pretty simple push. They had a 50% ad. They went with it as 2 people were down on Ascent, and you just get that cap time.
So they didn't even need the Ubers, though. They just pushed off the picks from the one mid. So we're going to see our third mid. It looks like Yite once again faster than Chunky. Still hurt. You're going to be pushing up the right side once again. Oh, Yite finding the early damage onto Chunky. Chunky's down 50 health. Yite's playing super, super aggressive. Going to get met up with Solemnish and the rest of his team. Hell's Kitchen is playing way more passive this Ascent's taking all the positioning on the point.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay's going to jump in to land on Chunky's head. Going to get the early pick. Pete's going to trade out the frag. Ski's going to surf onto his own crate, but it looks like frags are going to go the way. Oh, teams are trading the frags here, actually. Ascent's going to lose 3. It's going to be a 3-on-3 late into the mid. Laz is going to bomb in. Bot mode's going to go down. Great pick from Pete there. Pete's going to keep focusing on the frags. He's in on the med. Gets a bunch of damage into the Skis. He's going to chase him down. Should be a very late death on the side of Ascent. Oh, but Pete beefs his shot. It's going to look like Skis is going to make it out. Meet up with his pocket soldier of Jay. Super, super late into the fight. But it's still going to be a mid for Hell's Kitchen. Uber's going to even out.
Yeah, you notice Ascent really pushed forward aggressively and backed Hell's Kitchen into this door area. But then Tojo just got on top of this building, and he was able to rain damage down from above, and it was really able to keep him fought off for a little bit.
Yep, so we're going to see the Ubers even out. We're going to see Hell's Kitchen a bit. We're going to see that really early sniper pick out of Sandblast. Sandblast is going to pick up the scope, see if he can make some plays for his team.
Yeah, I really like this this sight line here. You know, people trying to keep an eye on this just puts them at a big risk.
Yeah, I was going to say, the big... And it pays off. Solemnish is going to go down. Going to be the first pick. So we're going to see... Sandblast's going to be rotating into the flank a little bit.
Oh,
Laz going to be going... Oh, Laz with the super, super high bomb into the flank. Not going to find anything. Going to eat a ton of damage. His Trip's going to try and catch him out. Not going to find him. Laz is going to make it out, but we're giving a ton of room for Sandblast. And he's going to get the full charge of body shot on the Laz, who eats another one before he goes down. We're going to see J-Bomb into the choke, get the force out of Daffodil super, super early. Ascent's going to have a much, much better Uber, but they're down both soldiers.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing to see Jay get dropped there. because as they were coming in, having these soldiers in this fight would be super important, especially after Laz kind of beefed it over on the flank.
Yeah, and we're gonna see Hell's Kitchen pushing into 2 here off the pick on the 2 soldiers, and I believe Yite had a headshot from Sandblast, so he was not able to put a ton of pressure into the chokes and was forced to back. Sun's gonna be pushed back to their last with the Sandblast sniper, but they're getting super aggressive on the top right from their perspective. They're gonna find the pick on the Sand, a ton of damage into Tojo and Trip.
Yeah, and it's all just gonna see how they play around this choke.
Oh, but Laz is on the counter. Oh, he gets so much damage in Chunky, and Jay is in too. Gets on the Daff. Gets the Daff. Daff goes down. So much damage onto Pete and Chunky as well. Chunky down to 3 HP, gonna get cleaned up. Ascent just so aggressive at the last.
Yeah, you know, you saw Yite just clean up a bit there. It was just a pretty basic fight. They pushed in, they got their picks, and they're keeping going.
Yep, so we're gonna see Skis with the full Uber. They're gonna cap up on mid or Ascent. Oh, Hell's Kitchen gets all of their forward spawns, so they're gonna have all of their spawns on 2 to try and repel this ad put. But Ascent is super fast in the choke. It does not look like Hell's Kitchen is set up at all. We're gonna pop through Yite, double sticky poke awaken. He's behind the entire of their team. Gets up, and he gets the pipe on the Daff. Daff goes down. Pete goes down as well. Yite's gonna die, but Tojo and Pete and Daff going down on the side of Hell's Kitchen. In exchange for the demo, that's a trade they'll take every single day of the week.
Wow. Look out, ladies. I know Valentine's Day is tomorrow, but Yite's already got a date, and her name is Damage Per Minute.
Yeah, we're gonna see Ascent pushing in the last. They're just spamming this spawn. Trip's actually gonna get into contest, but he's gonna get melted by Slim. It's gonna be a 2-1 game for Ascent.
What I'm finding from this map is that the point is a little hard to cover.
Yeah, let's say I think all 3 of the last pushes, you've just seen a scout run onto the point, and like just the contested spam from the team pushing in makes it so hard for the defending team to actually get on the point. So we're gonna see our 4th mid. Actually looks like it was pretty even on this side. Yite's a little more hurt, pushing up on the left side. Now I'm gonna be meeting up with his scouts and his soldiers respectively. Gonna see the high bomb on a Laz. Laz is in super early, and Jay's in to follow. A ton of damage onto Chunky before he goes down to his bomb. Was gonna get traded out, but Trip and Daff are gonna go down as well as Pete. This is just an Ascent mid. They're playing their heels so well.
You know, the early Chunky pick there was big, and it's ultimately what won Ascent in the mid, but I'm just starting to notice how much damage Tojo is doing in these mids. He's not being looked at when he gets on top of these buildings.
Yeah, but I think that Hell's Kitchen is struggling to find their positioning on the point. Sandblast is going to go down super late. He's going to die on 2. Ascent has a full Uber ramp. We're going to see the spawn for Hell's Kitchen, but they're still going to be down a scout by the time Ascent pushes. And Ascent's already getting aggressive on the top, trading some spam into lab.
I'm interested to see how they try and cover this point as they push in through choke, because it has been an issue in the past.
Yeah, it's gonna get C jumped. He's gonna actually get dropped. He's gonna go down to the heavy. I believe he had a sticky trap right as he jumped and then died. We're gonna see Laz dying as well, and bot mode's gonna die. It's a disaster of a push for Ascent. I believe it was a sticky trap that just did a ton of damage right before they Ubered, and they just end up wiping out on the back of that, being not able to get anything with their Uber.
On that aggressive push, Daff did go down, so we're going to see the Ubers being relatively even. Possibly, no, just completely even.
Oh, no, Skis gets his spawn extended as they cap, though, so they were originally on the same spawn wave, but Daff isn't actually building with anybody, so it's going to be even either way. A little bit of a throw coming out of Hell's Kitchen, giving up about a 25 ad, but Sun's not going to know that. They're going to assume that they have a bigger ad than it is. It looks like Hell's Kitchen is going to try and roll it in the mid. They're getting super aggressive in the but Lad's going to pick off Tojo on the flank, winning that 1v1. And it looks like Trip's going to get some revenge for his soldier counterpart. Just trading it.
Yeah, there was kind of an opportunity for them to push in if they were real aggressive about it. Well, Skis was trying to
Descent's coming in from the cape. Oh, we're going to see Trip bomb and try and stuff the choke point, but Trip and Chunky are going to go down in exchange for Jay. Ascent cycling up their heels, and Daff's going to go down. Bomb mode just ran in, was able to get the pick on the Daff before he was able to cycle out. So we're going to see mid, or a 2 for Ascent, and we're going to see them rolling into last. They have about the 85 Uber red, and Daff is just... Peace spawns are going to come in for Hell's Kitchen. They're able to get on their contest. Chunky's putting in a massive amount of work getting a frag. Trip's able to get a frag. Trip with 2 frag. Able to drive out, but the spawn from Jay's in. He's in on Chunky. Oh, they're getting the cap time, but Chunky coming up huge.
Wow. I was ready to call that round, but we saw about 2 different pairs of players going off, and they were able to save that round.
Yeah, I would say, but Ascent's coming in really big. They're in on the Daff. Skis is able to live and get that Uber charge. They're going to get the pick onto Daffodil. It looks like Hell's Kitchen. They're going to get the cap. Sandblast is able to cap it out, but he's going to go down for it in exchange. And we're going to see Ascent recapping 2 here.
And there's going to be a huge Uber advantage here. They can probably just go in as we're waiting for the medic and Sandblast to
Yeah,
spawn.
it looks like they're just going to push off the Ubers, off the picks. They're going to get the pick on the Toad. They're focusing it on... Pete's going to come out on the heavy, but he's not going to be able to get on the point in time. It's going to be a 3-1 half for Ascent.
Yeah, you know, their scouts are just going ham. Ascent, Bot Mode, and Slemnish are just tearing apart Hell's Kitchen.
I was going to say, Ascent is just playing so aggressive. Particularly Bot Mode's able to get in from a lot of these choke points. I don't know if they're just not, like, super, like, watching, like, especially this cave area. Ascent has pushed in a couple times onto Hell's Kitchen too, especially that last round where they just got in for relatively for free. I know that they tried to stuff the choke, but they just weren't able to find the frag on the Bot Mode. So, we're going to see the 3-1 half out of Ascent. I don't know if we want to look at the stats. I did see a lot of ready-ups go by. I don't know if they're just going to power through and just play the second half right away, but I don't know if we want to try and take a peek at the stats or not.
I don't know. I'll take a peek and I'll let you know if there's anything of note.
All right.
If you want to bring up the stats, you can, but it looks like we might be getting going pretty soon here.
And like I said, I think a whole bunch of... oh, yep, they're going live in the second half. We see the final ready is coming out.
All right, then you take us through the mid while I pull up stats and bring up highlights.
Yeah.
First immediate highlight. Yite's got 360 DPM, Slem's got 350.
The addition of Solemnish to the roster paying off huge. We're going to see the rollouts start.
Absolutely.
What does Hell's Kitchen need to change in this half real quick, Bulldozer, before this mid really goes down? What does Hell's Kitchen need to change in order to try and get this a little more even with Ascent?
It's clear the Chunky's like losing the demo duels at mid, so I think if they slowed down and just acknowledged that he wasn't going to be there fast and they played with him, that would be better.
Yep, we're going to see an early pick from Jay on the Sandblast getting singled out. We're going to exchange out on Bot Mode. Trip's going to find that frag. Pete's going to find the frag in the last. It's just an absolute chaos fight. Ascent trying to push up to the other side, and Hell's Kitchen kind of dividing. Ascent's going to try and regroup on the point, and they're finding the frags. Trip's going down. Toto's in. He's in on the skis. Skis is so hurt. Oh, Skis able to find his way around the corner and onto the pack. Toto not able to find the frag. But yeah, we saw Ascent super aggressive, pushing up on the one side of mid, and Hell's Kitchen went right down the center and split them, and it just became an absolute chaos fight. But Ascent was able to meet up with their heals and keep Skis alive when Daff went down. So we're going to see the Sandblast Sniper. He's going to get the full charge body shot onto Yite, actually, taking pot shots at the point. So Ascent's going to come in. They have full Uber ad here. We're going to see the Sandblast Sniper and a Pete heavy on last. It seems to be Hell's Kitchen's go-to, having Pete kind of playing above the point with Sandblast elsewhere. So we're going to see Ascent getting positioning. It looks like they're going to go from the right side, actually, taking both their scouts and their depth. Sandblast sees them. They're going to pop through super early. Yite's going to bomb it. Get tons of damage on the heavy. Both scouts on the point for the side of Ascent. They're getting flat. They get the pick on the Tojo. Pete's going to go down trying to contest as well. Tons of damage in on the Daft. Bottom was going to find that frag, and they're just collapse on the point. It's going to be 4-1 for Ascent.
Yeah, they unseated that heavy that was up top, and they just didn't have the damage output anymore. Hell's Kitchen, that they needed to try and hold that.
Except we're going to see 4-1. Hell's Kitchen on the ropes here, so we're going to see what might be our final mid. There's 28 minutes left in the game. There's tons of time for a comeback, but it's all going to start with this mid. We're going to see Yite pushing up aggressive to the left side from his perspective, meeting up with this. That's Hell's Kitchen's actually looks like they're a little bit slower to this mid. They're eating a ton of damage. Yite's going to get a ton of damage. Chunky's going to get singled out. Oh, he's going to actually surf away from Jay. Jay's going to be the first frag, trying to find that Chunky frag. Ascent's going to jump in. They have tons of damage. Daft's going to be the next frag to go down Lads, and Sandblast to follow. Oh, a huge bomb out of Tojo on the ski. Oh, I'm going to see the Chaos mid paying off for Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, it wasn't looking great at first as Laz got a great bomb in that they just weren't keeping an eye on, and he got a lot of damage off onto the combo, but, you know, fights play out that way sometimes, and they were able to clean up and take the midpoint.
See, I think we're missing something because they're saying Slem. No, I don't know if Slemnish got airshot. I thought I saw something, so, you know, you can yell at us in the Twitch chat, stupid casters missing everything, but... So we're going to see Hell's Kitchen winning. I believe it's the second mid that they've won, and they're going to see the Sandblast Sniper again. So, yep, we're going to see Sandblast trying to snipe from mid. They actually have about a 30% of ed, but Ascent's just going to be dry pushing into mid. They double Soldier Bomb on the Sand, with both their scouts running in from the Totu Chunky and Daft to follow. Bot Mode's going to go down on the side of Ascent. Pete is going to be fighting for his life on the point. He's going to go down shortly. Going to find the frag into Jay before going down, but Ascent with just the disrespect dry push into mid, into the sniper from the long sight line.
Yeah, I was about to comment that, you know, the Hell's Kitchen focus on the soldiers has been a lot better, and then we saw that push, with both soldiers going high bomb, and then Hell's Kitchen just got played like shirts.
Yep, so we're gonna see the full Uber head coming out from the side of Ski. Looks like they're just gonna go top left like the standard used to is. We're gonna see Sandblast is actually underneath, it looks like. Sandblast is in the forward spawn, actually. Oh, he peeks out. Nobody sees him. He's out. He's committed. He's gonna look for a play, but it looks like, oh, he misses opportunity. He's just gonna be looking for the frag on the bot mid. Yep, and we're gonna see the Uber into last from Ascent. They're gonna find that frag on the Pete nice and early, as well as Trip. They're regrouping on the top left for this post. Sandblast is gonna get focused down, so it looks like it's gonna be last push for it. And we're gonna see the Soldier Bomb in. Chunky's gonna go down. Daft's gonna go down. It's on Tojo to win the 1v6. He's gonna lose it. It's gonna be 5-1 for Ascent.
You know, Hell's Kitchen had the tools that they needed to try and at least take another couple rounds, but, you know, the mid looked good. It looked like they tried to change something for that mid, but then Ascent just, you know, made that dry push, and they really flexed, and they really showed what they were made of there. And it just kind of killed the match for Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I just think in general, from what I saw, Ascent was getting a lot more value out of their Soldier Bombs in comparison to Hell's Kitchen. The Hell's Kitchen Soldier Bombs were effective, like they were getting in for clean, but I just don't know if they were like not like finding the damage when they landed, or if they just weren't, if they were overcommitting. But just in general, we saw the Ascent Soldier Bombs, particularly on the couple of pushes where they pushed off of picks, just paying dividends for them in comparison to Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, you know, again, Yite was clearly dominating this mid fight when it comes to the demo performance, and I think that if Hell's Kitchen acknowledged that and just tried to let Chunky play, you know, a little bit slower of a pace where he had people supporting him, instead of, you know, Ascent's more aggressive play punishing him for trying to play like, you know, a mid fight would normally play out, if they'd slowed down and worked with him there, that might have proved a little more fruitful for him.
Yep, so I don't know if we want to take a peek at the stats, but the big one that stands out to me is Slemnish at 369 DPM. Looks like it's top in the server by a decent margin outside of Yite, going 21 for 7.
Yeah, that is the man himself, Slamnish, putting up 21 frags, bot mode just behind 19. You know, I mentioned it earlier, their scouts are really tearing apart Hell's Kitchen tonight.
Yep, and we're going to see on the side of Hell's Kitchen, it looks like Pete had a pretty good game going 18 for 11, 280 DPM, top on his team. He also had the lowest heals outside of Tojo, but I don't know if they just weren't finding the room to play off of the Hell's Kitchen scouts, or like I said, I feel like the Soldier Bombs were shut down a little more from Ascent. I think the Ascent scouts were just stepping it up when the Hell's Kitchen soldiers bombed in and just kind of melting them before they were able to get anything done.
Well, you know, I was really commenting Tojo on those mid fights. Looking at the stats now, he had 4 kills, which is, you know, belies how his performance looked in game.
I'm going to say sometimes you just don't frag out his roamer, you know? I mean, we see Laz coming up with some decent stats on his side of things, but he was also on the winning side of the team, so I think the other stat that stands out to me quite a bit is Skis has 3 deaths, whereas Daffodil has 13.
Yeah, that's big.
So Hell's Kitchen, I think just in general, I mean, it was a bit of a roll. It was a 16-minute 5-1, so it's hard to get a ton out of these stats. But you know, just in general, we see the 13 versus 3 deaths.
Yeah, and you know, we don't really need to go on at length about why, for example, Slemnish bot mode is a better scout combo than Pete Sandblast. You know, these guys have been around for a long time. You know, most of the guys on Ascent have been around longer than Hell's Kitchen. And
for sure,
you know,
and we see a decent amount of the Ascent roster as well has played together. I believe this is almost the core of like the Swift roster that played together previously with like bot mode on Scout, Yite on Demo, and Laz on Soldier. It's not exactly that, but a decent amount of these players have played together. I know Hell's Kitchen, I'm not sure if any, I know the Soldier combo is the Soldier combo from my anime list from seasons gone by, but outside of that, I'm not super sure that they have a ton of cohesion, so I don't have a ton else to say, BILLDOZER, from the stats. I don't know if you want to pick anything else out. I think that's about all I got.
Yeah, that's really all I have too.
So I don't know if you want to do a quick round of shoutouts, but I think that's all we got for tonight. Quick game between Hell's Kitchen and Ascent.
Oh my gosh, shout out to Console for putting me into an Ascent match. Because, you know, I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah, I'd like to make a big shout out to Console for being the production lead for TFTV for NA. I'd like to make a shout out to Looster for being the cameraman for tonight, and shout out to the Dunk Masters, my boys pulling out in IM. So that's about all I got. I don't know if you want to make any other shout outs, BILLDOZER.
Looster, you probably did great. I wasn't watching the stream, but I'm sure it was awesome. Give a quick shout out to my dad, Zachary. That needs to be said. Other than that, that's all I have.
All right, well, I think that's all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for tuning in to TFTV. This has been our cast of Hell's Kitchen versus Ascent. We'll see you tomorrow with another round of invite games. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night, y'all.